Hello, welcome back to a new video journal. Today is December 9th, 2025. And tonight we are going to answer some questions. I did a little like Q&A thing on Instagram, and there were a lot of questions about my hair, about tutorials and the star look and just like all different kinds of stuff. So I have most of the questions. Sorry if I'm not going to be able to answer all of them, but we're going to go with the first question is, how do you take care of your natural hair? That's actually a very good question. So I wash my hair every 2 to 4 weeks. I use As I Am conditioner and shampoo, and both the conditioner and the shampoo has Jamaican black castor oil, vitamin E, and vitamin C in it as well. And so, besides washing my hair every 2 to 4 weeks, I make sure I trim. I make sure that I moisturize or like hydrate. A good product that I use, and I ran out of it recently, but it's As I Am. It's the same brand As I Am rose water, to make sure that my hair is hydrated and to keep it moisturized. And the protective hairstyles, I use the old fashioned Blue Magic grease. I'm old fashioned. I believe in just the less the better. I don't really believe in using 15 to 30 different hair products in your hair all at once. I know everybody has a regimen that works for them. For me, less is more. The less product that I use in my hair, the better. My hair grows pretty fast no matter how short I cut it. I've done a lot of big chops in my life. I've cut off maybe 3 to 4 inches, and it's just kind of grown back because I don't do too much with my natural hair. I know it's contradicting because I do a lot of protective styles, but when it comes to my protective styles, all my styles are very low tension. When it comes to my twists, faux locks, and bubble braids, they have low tension as well. I make sure that from the beginning, I'm not starting at the root. I'm starting maybe 2 to 3 inches from the root. Even though, people can say, oh, well, like your twist or your faux locks was gonna slide out. Not necessarily, not really, because sometimes I'll just twist it, I'll twist the faux lock in, or I'll twist a base, or I'll just use the rubber band method. So I make sure that when it comes to my natural hair, I'm not doing too much to it, and I'm not using a lot of tension when it comes to my protective hairstyles. I do In the future, I do plan on wearing my natural hair out more, even though I would be considered a natural hairstylist. Like I don't, like I use Kinkalon, Marley hair, stuff like that. The top is actually, my natural hair. Um, but I would like to do more styles with my natural hair. Also, I do want to try some length retention hairstyles like twists and just regular braids with all my natural hair. So I'm looking forward to that era in my life. I think the reason why I really don't wear my natural hair out as much is because, for one, I personally think that it is boring, like just wearing it in a fro and wearing it in a ponytail. My personal preference. I'm not saying that if you wear your hair out, it's boring. It's just me. I'm someone that's a little extra. I like a little razzle dazzle. I like the accessories. I like the twists. I like the long hair. I like sculptures. I love it. I love my natural hair as well. I have, over the years, I fell in love with myself natural. I used to be someone that was very insecure about wearing my natural hair out. Even at I guess a cute length. I mean, I don't really know what that means, but even when I did the big chop, I embraced it. Even when I had like maybe a not so good length where it's like, okay, it's long enough to wear out and do something with, but it's not long enough to really rock the fro. I've had a love and hate relationship with my natural hair, and I think that, I'm still on that journey. However, I've learned more than anything, I want to make sure I take very good care of it as possible. I think that it would really flourish more if I take some hair supplements. I am going to try those out. And if I try not to dye it anymore. Now, when it comes to dyeing my hair, cuz as you can see, it's grown out already, but most of my hair right now is like a copper color. And the last time I dyed it was in February of this year, so earlier of this year. And I don't plan on dyeing it again because, like I say, I want to hold on to the health of my hair. I think my hair is at a very healthy state, and I just kind of want to continue to allow my hair to flourish. But I the biggest thing for me is just keeping my regimen very simple and just making sure that my hair stays hydrated more than ever. And especially during these colder months, I noticed that during these colder months, I like to allow my hair to breathe. That's why I do a lot of the simple styles. I'm not doing Marley twists or faux locks or anything like that, because sometimes in the colder seasons it can cause breakage. So I'm kind of just keeping to the ponytails. I'm keeping just something where it's like, okay, my scalp, everything can still breathe. I can still wash it. I can still make sure it's hydrated. I can still moisturize, and this is very simple. It takes 2 seconds to just, pull this right on out. So yes, so that is how I take care of my natural hair. And so now let's move on to the next question. It says, okay, now this one, it says, where do you come up with your hair designs? So I go to Pinterest, I go to Tumblr, I go to Instagram, I go to TikTok. I use all my resources, and sometimes things just fall on my lap. I could be scrolling and I'm like, "Ooh, I like that. I like what she did, but I want to add my own spin to it." And then sometimes I'm just doing stuff off my own originality. Tonight I did this. Just I didn't look at a picture, I didn't have an inspo. I just was like, "Oh, this would be cute." So that's where I get a lot of my inspiration. Oh, somebody said, I love your hairstyles. Please do YouTube video tutorials for them. Yes, that has been the request of the year. You guys don't understand. I've gotten so many requests. Can you please do a tutorial on this hairstyle? Can you do a tutorial on that hairstyle? Yes, that is going to be my focus. I'm not going to say, oh, for 2026, but that is going to be my focus, trying to move forward, doing hair tutorials. Now, this is the reason why I haven't done hair tutorials, is because I'm getting at an age and I'm not old. I'm not that old, but I'm just getting at an age where I'm losing a lot of patience when it comes to doing my hair. And I know you guys are like, "Oh my God, like how is that even possible?" But it's like, okay, when it's a hair day, when it's time for me to do my hair, I lock in. I just put on a show and I do my hair. I'm not worried about propping my camera up and doing tutorials step by step, because by then I'm already done with one side. I'm trying to let's go wrap it up so I can sit down and relax somewhere. So I think I need to bring that energy back. I need to bring that fire back and having fun. I feel like these days I've just been so burnt out. I've just kind of been just making sure that my hair is done. I don't even care about really doing a tutorial. I'm just like, oh, I just want to get it done. And so that's that. But yes, tutorials will be coming soon. I promise. There was another question. How do you make the stars stand up on your head with braiding styles? So, boom. This has been the $1 million question as well. What are these and how did you make these? So basically, I use braiding wire. You can get it from your local beauty supply store. If you are in the 757 area, I found the braiding wire in this shopping center. If you know where like Venue 757 is, it's a beauty supply store. It's not right beside Venue 757, but it's in this shopping center near it. Like I can't pinpoint it because I'm still trying to get familiar with this area, but it's in it's in that area. Anyway, so I got the braid and wire from my local beauty supply store, whatever. And then I took Marley hair and I wrapped it around maybe like 2, 3 times, and I used like a star stencil to get it the shape. You could literally just draw a star on a piece of paper and just shape it like that. Lay it flat and just kind of shape it, and I just kind of twisted the ends here to really just sealed it off. And how I get it to stay is I just use what is it, Barbie pins. I use maybe like two to four Barbie pins, and I keep it in. Not with this particular hairstyle, but the hairstyle I had before, I had like the buns a little bit higher. So yeah, and now on to hair. Nobody didn't ask me that question, but I know that comes up a lot too. So what kind of hair do I use? I use the brand Cuban Twist Marley hair. Cuban Twist Marley hair. Now this is not the color. This is 1B. My mom wanted me to get her some packs of hair. But I get the color 350. Cuban Twist 350. I'm gonna say it again. The Cuban Twist brand and the color 350 if you want the copper look. Now black, this is 1B. It's not jet black, but it's not brown. It's 1B. It's kind of like a natural black. Okay? So if I wanted to do all like an all black look, this is what I would use as well. So remember, Cuban Twist is the brand. Okay? It doesn't really matter what color you like I said, if you want to get this color, it's the color 350 in Cuban Twist. Okay? So now let's move on to the next question. Okay. What's an overlooked aspect that's deeply important to the creative process? Ooh, this is a great question. I think that honestly, the creative process as a whole is overlooked. I think people are more so focused on the finished product, when it comes to certain art mediums, and they're not really focused on what did the artist have to experience for them to even create this. I think that that's a lost art. I think that's a lost conversation. If we really started to pick those conversations up, what did you have to go through for you to even want to create this? What inspired this truly? You would open the artist up to a whole new world. You would get to know that artist on a very, very deep level. But I think altogether the creative process is overlooked. I think that, when it comes to living your life, as an artist, you view everything so different. You have a different eye for everything. And when it comes to adversity, when it comes to grief, when it comes to heartbreak, when it comes to trial and error, when it comes to your own godly experiences, they may feel a little bit more intense because you are an artist. And we're not having those conversations enough where we're talking about what kind of godly experience did you have in order to be able to create this piece. So I think, like I said, the creative process is as a whole is deeply overlooked. All right, let's go to the next question. Somebody said you want to shoot soon or you want to do some arts and craft. I think that we should shoot. I think that you know, like when it comes to arts and craft session, I don't know, that's like I'm shy about it. I feel like, like maybe we can do some arts and craft one day, but like I'm always down to shoot. I know we've been talking about shooting for a while, but like I don't know, like my schedule be all mixed up and then like I'd be like shy. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna hit you up though, I promise. um I be shy, guys. Like I'm actually like a dork. I'm a dork in person. Like it is like the strangest thing. All right. I know I have some other questions. All right. Somebody said, how did you get into styling your hair in creative ways and any tips to start? Okay, so story time. First of all, shout out to my photography professor. At the time, I was attending Old Dominion University, and I had a final exam, and we had to create a series of some sort. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm make, but I know I want to be able to incorporate myself. I want to have some self expression, and I think during this time, Janelle Monáe album came out, Dirty Computer. So I don't know. It was something of hers that came out, and I wanted to embody some of those different hairstyles. And I don't know, I went on like a rabbit hole of like hair art, hair sculpture. I was coming across all of these different Instagram accounts. I was like, oh my God, there's a whole community out here with these wild artsy hairstyles. I got to be able to try to do this. Never really done anything to that extent back in the day, but I was like, I gotta try. So, for my final exam, I did 9 self portraits of myself with 9 different artsy hairstyles. And from that point on, it took off. I ran with anything, all things creative when it came to hair. And these past 2 years, 2024 and 2025, I have really broke all boundaries for myself. I really took it out there. These hairstyles were more than just a look for a photo shoot. My hairstyles have become a part of my lifestyle. I wear all my hair sculptures to my job. I wear all my hair sculptures to the grocery store to go get gas. And yeah, people are looking, but it's like, a lot of times people are like, wow, like that's interesting. Especially when I have my children, they're like what kind of mom is her? Like what kind of mom? Like is this a parent? This a mom that got all the funny hairstyles, and I love it. I think that overall we need to start changing the narrative of what moms look like, and we need to start changing the narratives of what your day-to-day black woman looks like. I feel like when I go to work now, my coworkers, they're used to it. They've seen me for the past 5 years with the craziest hairstyles at work, and my students are used to it too. All the new classes, at first people are like, whoa, Miss Hamden. And then after a while, they're like, oh, okay, she coming here with like some stars on her head. That's dope. But I feel like we need to change the narrative of what day to day looks like. Now, don't get me wrong. Every day, I don't have stars and hearts and swirls in my head. I'm just saying, when I am feeling good and when like I'm putting on my little 1-2, I'm gonna go outside with my sprinkles or my little swirls or whatever, and not and it looks good. It looks good. I think so. So that's that. Oh, and tips. I say just do it. Have fun. There's so many different things on the internet. Go on TikTok, go on YouTube, go on Instagram. There's so many different ways that you could style your hair and be able to express yourself. So I say just go for it. Don't overthink it. Just just rock it. All right, somebody said, "What's your favorite way to style your hair?" That is a like really crazy question because I love styling my hair, like all different kinds of ways. I would say, hmm, I don't know. This is so hard. I would say, I wish I had a picture. I don't have a picture nowhere, but oh, my phone right here. I would say my favorite hairstyle would have to be, I'm gonna just go on Instagram. Was this look right here. This was my favorite hairstyle so far. So far this year. It's my favorite. I loved it. I felt like a bad ASS. But I really felt really good in that hair. Like I don't know, it was something just rebellion about it. I loved it. You know, it even though now I would say that hairstyle was very hard for me to sleep in. It was very hard for me to sleep in, but we made it. We made it. We got through it. Um I don't know. I wanna go back to my phone's about to die. I wanna go I wish I could show you. I got so much stuff on my Instagram, it's ridiculous. And I wanna get through these questions, but I really wanna show you guys the project. So this was the first time I ever experienced hair sculpture, hair art. I had to do this for my final exam for school, and I nailed it. I had so much fun with it. I ended up getting an A. Shout out to my photography professor. She really allowed me to do whatever I want. She was like, okay, this girl, you know what I mean? Like she's just doing her thing and I love it. You know, she just allowed me to just be. No rules, no boundaries. She was just like, girl, work. The pictures better come out clear. You know, the settings better be right. I was like, oh, I got you. But yeah, so let's move on. Um, Somebody said, girl, I love all your hairstyles so much. Like, I'm amazed how you come up with so many. Ah, thank you for one. And then like for two, I just I just go with my feels. Whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm experiencing, whatever music I'm listening to at that time, whatever like inspo or aesthetic that I'm in, whatever season that I'm in, I just kind of go with it. Um you know, sometimes I'll do something rebellion and rock star. Sometimes I do something very cute and like, you know, whimsical. You know, sometimes I just kind of keep it cute. Like, and then like Afrocentric. I do a lot of Afrocentric hairstyles in the summer. Um, but yeah, like I just kind of go by feel. I go by feel when it comes to my hairstyles. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what? I want to break from all the artsy fartsy and I just want to wear my hair, my natural hair out in its fro, or I'll just do a little cute ponytail. Okay, but thank you so much. I just go by feel, honestly, you know, and I get a lot of inspiration from the hair girlies. There's so many hairstyle girlies out there that are doing all the same thing and it's all love, and I always make sure that I give them credit. I always make sure I'm tagging them and I say, hey, I was inspired by this person. There's even hair girlies in Brazil. if you, I don't know if anybody remembers, but I did a hairstyle with the rings at the end of the beads. I had the wooden rings. I got that inspo from a creative. She's a makeup artist and a hair artist. I got the inspo. She's from Brazil. She doesn't even speak English. Like, that's how fire she was. I was like, oh my God. Like, and I come across so many different, it's crazy because I'm not gonna say I have a fan base in Brazil, but like I've connected with a lot of people that live in Brazil. And I'm just like, like this is kind of cool, you know? So yeah, like it's hair girlies all across the world. Oh my goodness. And shout out to this one girl. I think she lives in London or like the UK. Her name is Faith the Designer. Her hairstyles are out of this pocket world. They're on a whole new level. Oh my God, I just be speechless every time. Um Somebody said, "Are you a Pinterest creator?" No, I do have Pinterest, but I'm not a Pinterest creator. I don't know what that means. But I do have Pinterest, and my Pinterest is High Power Mars. H with three I's, Power Mars. Um, and I think that is it. Let me just double check. Yeah, because there, like I said, it was a lot of the same questions. People were asking me about the stars. So, like I said, I used braid and wire for the stars. I just wrapped the Marley hair around it a few times, and I used the Barbie pins to, sculpt it and stick it in. So, yeah, yeah, I think I answered all of them, and if I missed something, because I took screenshots of it, but yeah, I hope this answered most questions. I think more than anything, people are just ready to get tutorials from me. I'm going to do my best to get the tutorials out. I think for now, this will do. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I love you guys so much. Thank you for always supporting and tapping in and just being a part of this hair community. I love you guys so much. Peace.